stepped into the portal and stayed too long to miss. No questions asked, no info sent, just hung in digital mist. Hovered on the housing tab, scrolled through Meet the Dean, paused on dining options like they knew what it might mean. Loiter in the portal with nothing left to do. No intent confirmed, but I still see you. Their session timed out, but the feeling remains, like someone just left without leaving a name. Do they want to apply, or just need a sign? They open the door, then never cross the line. They used to come at midnight, distance you can't close. Thermal drift is ending where the last signal goes.
you never there? Just a digital illusion floating in the air.
Like old heat, but then the program page lit up beneath your feet. 3 seconds on the visit tab, no clicks, no scroll, no sound, but I saw the ghostly signal and I marked that you came round. A pixelated pulse so faint I almost missed. A flicker in the silence that said you still exist. No open track, the journey, no form to fill or send, just a presence in the system that pulsed and left again. I won't chase the pattern or beg it to resume, but for a breathless moment you return to the room.
They registered on time, even joined the call. We saw their name lit in blue, waiting in the hall. Slide 1 was a greeting, slide 2 began the pitch. By then their box had vanished, a silent little glitch. They came to the webinar, then disappeared like steam. clicks they never made. Build new paths for strangers, but some already came. And the cash still whispers softly the traces of their name. everything went silent, like the thought had come too late. Echo form, a shadow send that never found its way. A ghost in half-completed lines that still won't fade away. Echo form, a shadow send that never found its way. A ghost in half-completed lines that still won't fade away. Autofill will keep you on every page I load, but you'll never be a record in the data we've bestowed. I'll remember that half gesture long after you've gone, because somewhere in the system your echo lingers on. Echo form, a shadow send that never found its way. A ghost in half-completed lines that still won't fade away. Echo form, a shadow send that never found its way. A ghost in half-completed lines that still won't fade away.
No more footprints in the server. No more echoes in the logs. The trail has ended softly, like a peak consumed by fog.
Every click was a ripple, every open a small sign. Now the water's calm and empty, and I've left the chase behind.